What's up, guys? I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never. Today I'm going to be giving an update on Algorand. Please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Help me pump that algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief.
So Algorand has recently broken back above 10 cents, which is fantastic to see because in our last Algorand video, we had it drawn on a falling wedge where it was trading at 8 cents. And had you guys taken that trade, you could have made about 17% in just under a week. And I understand 17% might not sound like a lot, but if you compare that to the stock market, the average return on the stock market is 10% in a year, which means we made in just under a week what the stock market makes in over a year and a half. So those are actually pretty solid gains. But anyways, Algorand's market cap is up to 812 million, which ranks 48th among all cryptocurrencies. And its circulating supply is up to 7.9 billion out of a max supply of 10 billion, which is about 79% in circulation. And if you guys are looking to trade Algorand, I recommend using Binance, Coinbase, or KuCoin. In my opinion, those are the three easiest centralized exchanges to use. But now we'll go ahead and get into some Algorand news. So if you come over to their Twitter, they just reposted 22 hours ago. Shop now with Algo on Perpetual 3. Our first limited drop of 150 pieces is available. And then 20 hours ago, John Woods was representing Algorand at the European Blockchain Convention. And I'll show you a little bit of the clip.
Hey, John Woods, I'm the CTO at the Algorand Foundation. Algorand is a killer layer 1 blockchain. And so my previous work, I was the lead architect on Cardano. I led architecture and applied cryptography for Charles. And then prior to that, I worked on Ethereum. I've also had jobs in the normal world as well. I work for Citi and Ericsson. I think at Algorand, we think of adoption as volume on chain, so the number of transactions, of course, and of course, the number of active wallets. Ultimately, I think that that's part of our strategy. If you look at the things that we've been doing over the last kind of year, it's focused on reducing friction for the user and making the developer experience absolutely great. And so if you can make it easy to build on these platforms, and what are things like Algorand, Ethereum, Cardano? They are open source operating systems. They're decentralized operating systems. They execute code.
So obviously he didn't go super in-depth into Algorand, but it's still fantastic to see that Algorand is getting their name and technology out there. But honestly, there hasn't been a whole lot of new information since my last Algorand video. A lot of it is them talking about the Buildable Hackathon and also the Algo Impact Summit. But now we'll get into some other major news. So if you come over to the Watcher Guru Twitter, I actually really like their most recent post that they posted 22 hours ago, which is this little meme, 35K Bitcoin in 2022 versus 35K Bitcoin in 2023. And it's absolutely true. Just think about that for a second. Back in November of 2021, Bitcoin was over $60,000. And then when Bitcoin crashed back down to 35,000 or even 30,000, everyone was freaking out saying this is the end of cryptocurrency. Bitcoin's going to zero, or at least Bitcoin's going to 10K. And to be fair, we did end up dropping a lot further than a lot of people thought we would, as we went down to around 15K. But it's hilarious how perception changes. Now everyone is ecstatic that Bitcoin is up to 35,000 again. And that includes me, because to be completely honest, price action has been very boring over the past year. And then another thing that they posted October 25th, Binance temporarily halts crypto withdrawals due to a technical issue. This might affect some of you guys, so just keep this in mind. And then they posted October 24th, BlackRock's iShares Spot Bitcoin ETF relisted on the DTCC. And that's good to see because earlier they posted that it was removed. Now I won't go super in depth into them as I usually do, but I really think these Bitcoin Spot ETFs are right around the corner. I think that's why we went from 26,000 up to 35,000 in just over a week. Obviously I could be wrong, but I wouldn't be shocked if there's insider information right now. And then they also posted a screenshot of the Fear and Greed Index on October 24th, and it was at 66, which is very greedy. Now, I'll actually pull it up right now to see where we're at currently. And we've actually went up. We're now at 71, which is even more greedy. Now, just so you guys understand what this is, why measure fear and greed? The crypto market behavior is very emotional. People tend to get greedy when the market is rising, which results in FOMO. Also, people often sell their coins in irrational reaction of seeing red numbers. With our Fear and Greed Index, we try and save you from your own emotional overreactions. There are two simple assumptions. Extreme fear can be a sign that investors are getting too worried. That could be a good buying opportunity. On the contrary, when investors are getting too greedy, that could mean the market is due for a correction. So right now, given the fact that we are very greedy, that means it could be a good time for you to take profits. And personally, I have went over this indicator indicator many different times. I'm not just going over it because of that tweet. And in my experience, this indicator is usually pretty accurate. Obviously, it's not the end-all indicator. Do what's best for you. But I was telling you guys down when it was at 30, 35, and it was fearful that it might be a good time to accumulate crypto, because that's when you're seeing projects like Algorand get claimed to be securities, or you're seeing Bitcoin is going down to 10K, crypto's dead. And the reality is that is when you should be buying crypto. But when we are extremely greedy and you're seeing Bitcoin's going to 60,000, all these spot Bitcoin ETFs are about to get approved, and it's going to revolutionize crypto. Oftentimes, it's when you might want to consider taking profits. But now for the final part of this video, we'll get into some technical analysis. So this is Algorand on the daily time frame. And as I talked about earlier in the video, we had Algorand drawn in a falling wedge, which we said break up 68% of the time. And Algorand was also trading in a double bottom, and there was Class C bullish divergence. And last but not least, there was also extremely oversold RSI and stochastics. So based on all of those indicators, I figured there was a good chance Algorand would get a bounce up. And that's exactly what happened, although Algorand went almost double the measured move. But again, I think a big part of that is because the BlackRock Bitcoin Spot ETF was approved, even though it turned out to be false rumors. However, what I'm seeing right now is the RSI and stochastics have both gotten pretty overbought. In addition, you could also argue that Algorand is potentially forming a rising wedge, which break down 68% of the time, which is the complete inverse of this falling wedge. And now the main thing that I'm not liking on Algorand right now is if you look at the previous two candles, and actually the third candle as well, we have tweezer tops, which typically means that the buyers are no longer in control, as we cannot close a candle above these levels. So I would not be shocked at all if we have a little bit of a pullback, maybe back down to that 0.095 level, which would be a very healthy retracement. Or perhaps we come back down and touch the 21-day moving average. Either way, personally, I'd be looking for a little bit of a retracement. But I will say, overall, this is a very bullish move for Algorand, and this could be the start of an uptrend. Now, lastly, we'll go over Bitcoin as it's correlated to most altcoins. And as you guys can see, Bitcoin has went absolutely parabolic. We also had Bitcoin drawn in a bull flag, where yet again, we said they break up 68% of the time, and there were many other bullish indicators, yet it broke up way above the measured move. So anyways, what am I seeing on Bitcoin right now? The first worrisome thing is very similar to Algorand. I don't like at all that we have had tweezer tops. That typically shows that buyers are no longer in control. And in my last video, that's why I had drawn Bitcoin in a potential bull flag that I wouldn't be shocked if it started to form. The reason for that is the RSI and stochastics are extremely overbought right now. Very rarely do you see an explosive move out of this. In addition, price action has shot way above this high volume node on the VRVP. And typically these high volume nodes work as magnets. So honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if we had a retracement all the way back down to about 30,700. I think that'd be a very safe retracement. And we could potentially bounce off the 21-day moving average as support. And it would also be a very heavy support zone as we were trading sideways for a couple months. But I will say there is also an extremely bullish indicator on Bitcoin right now. If you look at the moving averages, the 21-day has broken back above the 200-day moving average. That is a golden cross. Typically that signals an explosive move is coming for Bitcoin. But again, as I said, right now I'd be looking for Bitcoin to retrace. In my trading style, I will never chase a parabolic move, which is a bunch of green candles in a row. But yet again, do what's best for you. And as I say in every single one of my videos, it's crucial that you understand macroeconomics significantly outweigh technical analysis. So if the BlackRock Bitcoin Spot ETF were to all of a sudden get approved, that could skyrocket Bitcoin, Algorand, the entire crypto market. On the contrary, if it gets rejected or some extremely bearish news comes out, that could tank the entire crypto market. So just keep an open mind. Understand in the short term, the crypto market is going to be extremely volatile. Anything can happen. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments, how high do you guys think Algorand could go next bull run? If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.